Hello, welcome to My Startup TV. I'm your host, Majorsunilshetty. Innovators have always been, influenced by nature. They look up to nature for inspiration. They look up to nature for designs and for material. It doesn't matter which industry it is from. Today, my guest is Aditya Srinivas Kandala, who's the founder of Roha Biotech, a startup that is drawing inspiration from nature. In fact, they are pursuing one particular mushroom that is helping them come up with a sustainable solution for packing material. So let's understand what it's all about and see how this solution is going to change or revolutionize the packing industry itself. Aditya, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Aditya, I know I'm when I read your profile, when I read the kind of work you're doing on your website, I was like, wow, that's really good. Somebody looking at mushrooms to come up with a solution, and I like the way you kind of put the science behind the work the mushroom does, a particular variety of mushroom, isn't it? But before I get into that, for the benefit of some of the aspiring entrepreneurs, because a major chunk of our viewers come in the age group of 18 to 24, and many of them are aspiring entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are in the very early stage of their entrepreneurial journey. So for their benefit, we would like to understand, we would like to start with understanding your journey itself, into the world of entrepreneurship, so that they can draw inspiration from it. So let's start by, you painting a picture of, how you got into entrepreneurship. What are the challenges you faced, be it at family level, which is one of the themes that we see across Indian entrepreneurs. And how did you come across, and how did you come over that particular challenge?
That's a very good question. My way into entrepreneurship is very peculiar, I can say. I did not start with being an entrepreneur thinking like that. So while I was studying my engineering, it all starts for everyone while studying engineering, very common sentence. So I was looking a lot into nature. I was really inspired by nature-built technology. So I came across a book um, called Biomimicry, and it said like you can take nature as measure, mentor, and it's a 3.2-year-old library or R&D lab. So everything that survived is a lesson. Everything that failed is a puzzle. So that stuck with me, and I thought like, okay, fine. Whatever the humans are looking to solve now, nature has already did it. And this led me to trek extensively in the Eastern Ghats. I come from Visakhapatnam, so it's a beautiful place. So we have mountain ecosystems, we have river, we have ocean, so we have even caves there. So I got to explore a lot of ecosystems out there, and that led me to one particular idea. So nature always transacts. So you say, for example, the plants they supply sugar to microbes, and microbes supply nutrients. So again, the plants supply fruits, birds disperse the seeds. So it's always transactional. It's basically a business. I thought like, okay, fine. Can I build a business out of it? It's a very bold move for a 18-year-old kid, but I took it as a challenge. I turned brick by brick, so into a house of Roha Biotech. So and I'm building more.
Interesting. And when you decided to, get into entrepreneurship, how was that, conversation at home? Because somebody like you who wants to, who's doing engineering, typically the first reaction is to get a job.
So I come from a pretty academic family. All are PhDs. So it was a unwritten rule that I have to be the next doctorate in the family and become a professor. Um, so you know everything is set in place for me to go and study abroad. I was even got selected into Oxford Summer School, which gives you a green carpet into Oxford the year later, and also, but unfortunately, I did not go. So then I decided, no, I'm not going to pursue this. My goals. So then I thought, what else I can do? And so on the other hand, my tricks are continuing and all. So I slowly one day told my mom that, I want to start a business. And what do you want to start? When you say a business, they come from a very systematic, proven business models and all. So I told like, no, I want to create something completely new, which world has never seen of. So imagine a small town kid saying to its mom and dad in this conversation that we are going to build something packaging out of mushrooms. So they won't build, they did not trust me. So they thought I was joking. I was like escaping my responsibility and all. Then I got placed the same day I have to join. I got a letter from IIT and Bio Incubator saying that Aditya, here is your ticket into IIT Bio Incubator. You can come test out all your ideas for say 6 months. I'm giving you only 6 months. You prove us, you get incubated. Else, no. So I was really tensed, and I called my uh, uncle, and he is also an entrepreneur, first time entrepreneur. I said, explain the whole scenario. He gave me one important decision to make. If you miss this job, you can get another job. But if you miss the ticket to bio incubator, you might not get it. So you are just 20. There is nothing for you to lose except time. So why don't you give it a try? So immediately I said my parents I'm not going for a job, and they were also startled and gave me a chance. So thereafter they were silent. Even though they were having their reservations, they kept silent and they were hoping me to succeed. So eventually, year by year, they are seeing me progress, seeing my progress, and now they are okay. So that was my story.
I think a lot of founders that we interview on our channel, on live show, Founder Talk Show, which we broadcast Monday to Friday, uh, we this is one of the themes that keeps coming across, right? Keep coming across, where the initial resistance is from home, but then one thing that we've seen in the last 5 years, change is. Innovators like you, entrepreneurs like you, don't have to really fight it out. Parents also kind of, there is an acceptance now that okay, he wants to do or she wants to do a startup, wants to get into entrepreneurship, wants to do a venture. Let's give him a chance. So that, I think that's a very good, very positive development, I would say, to what we have been tracking since 2019 when we started My Startup TV. So that's definitely a positive thing. Viewers, we are in conversation with Aditya Srinivas, who's the founder of Roha Biotech, a startup that's inspired by the nature. They're using a particular variety of mushroom to, and they were working on innovating a packing material using a particular variety of mushroom. So we'll understand more as we get into the conversation. Aditya, share, tell us about how was the journey when you got incubated at IIT Madras, and also you were part of the big grand 18 big 18 grand, right? How was that, all of that experience, and how did it help you reach where you are today?
So I don't know if I look back right now, it's like a movie for me. I don't know how did I make it. So, but what happened was when I got into IIT and Bio Incubator, I'm a first time founder, hardly 20 years old. Lot of confusion. My mind was everywhere, but the only one thing I had was, I need to be really focused and build something. And there is no ready-made product out there in the market. There is no ready-made technology. I can start building a business out of it. So I have to start everything from scratch, from sourcing, from thinking what kind of mushroom strain I have to use, what kind of agricultural waste I have to use, the entire process behind it. No one ever did it in India. So it's like starting completely fresh. Don't know what to do. But you know, the mentorship I got out there from the IITM Bio Incubator was phenomenal, and I got also associated in the very early stage with Somaya Vidya Vihar, Riddle. It's another incubation. So I presented my bold idea, and they are the ones who believed in me first, and they gave me a small check saying that now using this check, prove us the thesis works. So I proved it. So that paved my way to BIRAC-BIG grant. Um, Three times tried rejections. So, and it is a very tough and prestigious grant out there. Three times tried rejections. I was really down. The fourth time, my only thing is, look, I'm putting all my effort into it. If I fail, I have nowhere to go. Then I will reconsider my life's decision and I will take up a job. But I should not make it happen because I'm so invested in my vision and putting my every ounce of blood. I wrote that proposal. So the moment I submitted it, I was really tense for the result. So at the end of the day, I made it. So that actually was a big relief because I literally saw the vision unfolding right in front of my eyes. So from a thesis, I proved the proof of concept within 6 months, and I took it to a level of manufacturing in next 12 months. So that happened in the journey.
Well, that's commendable. Firstly, getting into for a 20 years old to get an invite from IIT Madras bio incubator and get breaking into the big grant 18, and then getting the product itself. Now, the very basic question: how did you even come up with this whole thought of being a mushroom, a variety of mushroom? Uh, you know to be used as an inspiration for your innovation and also raw material eventually, right? And you also said you do trekking on eastern ghats. That's where you got the first idea of this. And I was going through your website, and you had a very beautiful story about the science behind it. So if you could share that with our audience.
Um, this is not a idea that randomly popped up one day and I built upon it. It was part of a very tedious process of the biomimicry. So um, the idea behind it is I used to see every other organism as a machine. So, for example, you take a cheetah. So it is a fast running machine. So this is what I used to think. Like there is a lot of biophysics involved in it. If I have to make a machine inspired from a cheetah, how it would be. So like this, I used to analyze every other organism. I used to take the best quality out of it, and I want to build something out of it. So in the same way, I analyzed the entire ecosystems. So, what are the animals that are out there? And there were many ideas that are popping out left, right, and center. But one idea stuck is with the mushrooms. So, this is a very personal story. We were at one of our friends' farm. It is very deep inside the jungle. Um, Full moon day under the fire we were sitting and everyone were talking about their experiences with the nature, and suddenly I said like, look, I think fungus is something that's exciting me very much because it is a bridge between that is living and non-living. So what fungus does is they will eat rocks and make nutrients available for plants that will in turn run the entire cycle. So they make antibiotics that will be used by the humankind. So all our bread, beer, and a lot of medicines, penicillin is made from fungi. So I thought like these are like super human organisms. So they also have great sense of outward environment. So they can feel the light, they can feel the sound, they can feel, say, for example, if you touch a mushroom, so it has certain biochemical reactions, so that can feel you. So they also have a certain senses, but perceived in their own way. So I thought like, okay, fine, this is the organism that is so intelligent. Um, if I have to build an industry, I have to have a co-worker that is so intelligent. Let it be the mushroom. So this was my thought. I that came out of my mind. So that day, and I started looking at mushrooms in a in a completely different way from that point of time. So what can I build out of mushrooms? So if you take in India, enzymes are mostly produced out of mushrooms. So it's a very saturated industry. I want to build something more than that. More question led me to building this mycelium materials.
So instead of thinking on that campfire night,
Barbecue of a mushroom. You were thinking of, but then when I read your when I was reading, going through your website, I was reading about mushroom, and that thing caught me. My attention was, as you said, the connect. It's a bridge between the living and the dead, or the non-living, right? So that's so true, and you decided this particular mushroom to fix. So where are you currently with that? I mean, at what stage are you?
So we have a small pilot manufacturing plant right now. So we have stabilized all our processes. We launched this product in the market last year, and we clocked at 25 lakhs of revenue. So now we are looking to scale this mycelium packaging to the industrial level to cater to industrial packaging needs.
now that is
Here
where
comes the next question or the challenge. If I, the way I look at it, how would you get supply of mycelium, mushrooms, the quantities you need? Because packing is a huge industry, right? So, I mean, is the supply there? Would you be able to create that kind of supply, for so that your production continues or meets the demand?
Right. That's a very wonderful question. So the mycelium, you see, what we use completes its life cycle within 14 days maximum. So we cut it down at 10 days. So the traditional mushroom industry, you see, the average crop cycle is somewhere between 120, it can go up to 160 days. So whatever the mushrooms we eat, the button mushroom, the oysters and all. So we don't follow this long cycle. For me, the cells of the mushroom called mycelium. These are very microscopic in nature. So we grow them within 7 days, and we make a product out of it within 7 days, and we'll distribute. And most of the and you see, the 7 days of time is pretty much fitting into the industrial kind of a time frame. So we in-house manufacture all our mushroom cells currently, but moving on, we have plans to collaborate with various other mushroom farmers to source it. So, but it's a long distance plan when we scale up. Currently, we are doing all the mushroom cells in-house within 7 days.
no that is where the
Opportunity
opportunity.
for other entrepreneurs comes in, right? And especially agripreneurs, that if you could help them set up or source from them that variety of mushroom, that would be a business opportunity for them. So let's say if somebody who's watching this program and thinks, hey, that's a great one, I will start growing mushroom and supply it to Aditya, and I have already buy here, right? So what are the do's and don'ts? What can they grow it anywhere? Can it be grown in temperature controlled or in farms? Like people are doing mango cultivation, right? What can they do that with for mushrooms and then supply to you? What are the requirements for there in terms of investment, in terms of size, in terms of training that you would provide them in case something like that to happen?
So currently, we are testing this model out to source these things and all. We so the model is currently running. We are checking out what are the pros and cons. So there are various challenges that we are trying to solve for now. But however, we came up with a very new kind of a model that we can license out to interested agripreneurs out there. So if you see the packaging market in India, it is very localized kind of a market. So Chennai's packaging can only be utilized in Chennai. So I cannot ship it to Delhi and make profit out of it because the logistics will eat into the margins. So our idea is we will have a couple of factories around South India, and for rest of the India, we will lease this mycelium packaging technology itself, so that they can make mycelium packaging and serve the local industrial need that is there in that particular geographical region. And this is how we want to scale our company to the next level. So we started working with a couple of people in this arena. And if any interested person um, might be in the north or east or western parts of India. So they are looking to start mycelium. We are happy to collaborate and see what will happen. So the coming to the investment and the skill that is needed. So I can say somewhere around 3.5 to 4 crores is the capex that goes into starting a mission factory, like a 15,000 to 20,000 square foot factory that we will take. And so this factory can generate somewhere between 25 to 30 crores revenue annually. So this is the kind of investment that is needed if someone is really interested in this.
That
Now
is for people who want to set up the manufacturing facility, right? What happens to farmers who probably want to grow these, or agripreneurs, or youth in in villages who want to grow the mycelium and then supply to you? What would be the business model with them?
The mycelium strain that we are having, so we are keeping that to ourselves as of now, because growing this is really technical, and there are various parameters that needs to be controlled systematically. So else the mycelium will tend to become a mushroom, not a mycelium packaging. So that requires a amount of skill, which is currently tough to, I think the learning curve is really high if I share it with someone. So for now, we are not collaborating with a lot of agripreneurs for sourcing mycelium, but we are sourcing a lot of agricultural waste directly from the farms. For example, if someone is having a wheat field or rice field, I will source the straw. If someone is having a maize field, I will source the maize grain and straw. So this is in the current stage what we are having. We are doing this kind of a partnership. So in the future, once the vision is set right and the challenges are over, we overcome the challenges, we will look to source the mycelium too, but not right now.
your process itself,
Manufacturing process, is it enough to take care of the supplies currently that you have without scaling up? I mean, what you are growing locally.
So the mycelium, we do it in-house and we have enough supply of it. And we are planning even in the scale up to have the enough mycelium with us. So, but the agricultural waste, surely we'll get it from the outside.
if there are
Investors watching in this, what would you tell them, given that the mycelium that you grow is very niche to you? I can understand it's also probably patented, and today you have a revenue of about 25 lakhs. If you have to grow it to 10x, what kind of investment you would require, and what kind of within your own system, what kind of work that you have to do to reach that scale? Because
Right.
growing is a big challenge, right?
Yes, that is very good question. So for the scaling of biotech industry, the infrastructure and capital needs are relatively high when compared to other industries. And even though you have a capital, it's not enough. You need that particular leadership and skill to grow the mycelium. This is one of the challenges in the fungal biotech industry that we are looking to solve for. The very so Currently, we are raising our first check, and we are raising 8 crore seed round to scale to 20 to 25,000 square feet of facility. We will start with 50 tons per month, and that can go up to 250 tons per month in the same manufacturing unit. So we can start, that will generate somewhere between 25 crore ARR to start with. It can grow 5x in the same plant. Um, so we for last 6 to 7 months, we thoroughly have analyzed what kind of processes that we have to put in place. to scale it up with utmost reliability. And we have been testing them here in our laboratory, sorry, in our pilot scale plant. And we have achieved almost 98% reliable outcomes and outputs throughout the processes. So not only that, our energy efficiency is also very high. So if styrofoam consumes 9 tons, if styrofoam releases 9 tons of CO2 in entire production of 1 ton of styrofoam, we are releasing less than a ton of CO2 for producing 1 ton of mycelium packaging. And this is very good, uh, indicator for us in terms of scaling to the next level. And there are certain set of challenges while operating in a biotech domain. The sterility, the infrastructure needs to be there in place. So, but that is taken care of by the design and the team that we have.
So when it comes
Packing material, you're kind of catering to pretty much the all across the sectors, right? Personal care, electronics, gifting. Can people come up to you and say, okay, this is what I want, or I have a product for which I need packaging material, and you can design that for them, right?
Yes. So that is it. That's what we are doing. So currently for beauty products and all, so the client just gives us the packaging and say, hey Aditya, so this is the product that I have. Develop a reliable packaging model for it. So we will take care end to end. We will develop the entire packaging for it, and we will ship it to our customer. So no questions asked.
yeah,
So
I'm a,
and
Go ahead, go
good.
ahead.
so this is how it works with us. So if we are working with someone in the industrial design space, they have their own design team. So we sit with their design team, understand their needs, and we co-develop the packaging designs along with them. And we test them in a real-time environment, shipping. So for example, if the client base is somewhere in Assam and I'm here in Chennai, so we continuously ship various designs of packaging with the product inside, say to the Assam, and observe like what are the various parameters, forces that are coming into the play. How can I design better? And we evolve the design along with the team. So this is one of the good thing that we do for our clients.
Well, that's interesting. Viewers, we are in talks with Aditya Srinivas, who's the founder of uh, Roha Biotech, who started his journey who took a call to be an entrepreneur when he was 18, and since then he has moved, many notches up to today, where his business or venture is generating revenue of over 25 lakhs. So, Aditya, any message for aspiring entrepreneurs who are watching this show?
Oh. So
Or anything that you want to share from your life experience.
okay, that's a I am also looking a lot up to my leaders in the space, and I'm learning from them. But for the young people out there, so I took nature as my model, measure, and mentor. I learned from the nature, and I'm building with the nature this company. So this proves to be very sustainable, not only for business terms, but overall the earth and the environment. So the next decision you take or next product you build, um, before you build it, look in the armory of the earth. So somewhere earth must have solved it. So all you need to do is just copy some portion of it into the industrial systems so that it will be beneficial not only for you, but also for the earth.
Oh
It's a
well, that's
great
a great.
message. I myself, being a nature enthusiast, I pay a very close attention when when I'm trekking and I'm walking through. I watch what nature does. So I think that's a beautiful thing. I want you to repeat the name of the book again for all those people who want to follow your example. The book that inspired you.
So it is called Biomimicry by Jani Benyus. It's a very simple book to start with, but the author is very wonderful. Or else there is one website called asknature.org. So you can go, there is a lot of material out there. So very inspiring, and it is very good storytelling. You can look into it.
Definitely, we
Definitely.
will do that and we'll promote it because My Startup TV believes in sustainability growth, everything around because Earth is the only home we have. We will definitely, invite you to once do a review of this book. We want more and more nature enthusiasts, probably innovators out there, as you said. Go check the nature. You'll get something out of that and just mimic it. Also, Aditya, before I let you go, my Startup TV, we are a media house dedicated to entrepreneurs, startups, founders like you. We're doing this for the last 5 years, and we give a place or a platform to entrepreneurs like you through our multiple platforms like My Startup TV, which is a web television, digital magazine, a monthly digital magazine, podcast, and OTT. The whole idea is we are doing what the mainstream media doesn't do. What are your thoughts about the kind of work we are doing?
You know, before coming here, I was just going through your website, all the data that is there. You said it right. What mainstream media is not covering, you are covering. So that is these alternative platforms are where the traffic is very original. People come here to learn something very inspiring. Uh, so I felt like this is much needed. And you're not, as you spoke right now, I was looking at your website and YouTube channels, that's it. So, but the digital magazines and all are even great. Uh, and the spectrum that you are covering the entire media spectrum out there. So it will be really inspiring. This material will help some tier 3, tier 2 city guy like me, somewhere sitting there, 18 years old kid, and he will become an entrepreneur for India. So by reading only this, because I used to read these kind of materials out there when I was in college, and I became what I am right now. So, and I think many more will come with channels like yours.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you for those encouraging words because one of the things
We are
that we
doing,
are
or
doing.
we are on a mission to create a repository of all that happened from 2019 to whenever we, as long as we are going to be there in the startup ecosystem. We are capturing them through live events. We are capturing them through, hosting guests on a show with the aim that in probably 50, 100 years from now, when people look back and say, how did India become what it became and what did startups do? Probably My Startup TV would have played a small part in recording all of that's happening today. So thank you, viewers. Thank you for being on our show. If you want to hear more such interesting conversations with founders, with thought leaders, do join us every day, Monday to Saturday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Thank you, Aditya, for being on our show, and we hope to see you again.
Sure.
Thank you.